window. As soon as you see my feed pop up on my window.
So I click start streaming and both recording and oh.
There you go. Good. And when you talk, they're going to be able to hear you.
So. Screen stopped shaking.
Huh?
Screen stopped shaking.
Oh, did it? Alrighty. Welcome back to the pit. I know it's been a while since my last stream. With this thing called life that I got to deal with at the end of the day. So today we're doing some chicken thighs. Got some bacon wrapped asparagus. I'm also going to be growing some pears. Pills. They're drinking the beer. We put some Hussein sauce, Hussein, however you want to say it, on the chicken once it gets done. And I've got some honey to drizzle over the pears once those are done too. So we'll go ahead and get the chicken on. These are just bone in, skin on thighs. I like to start mine skin side up. Right now I just have a little bit of salt and pepper and garlic powder on them. But I've got a spice mix over here that my son found on the internet that he was wanting to try. So I'm going to be sprinkling that on some of them here. It's got all kinds of stuff. Coriander powder, salt, pepper, hot cocoa mix, is that right? Hot cocoa mix. What else? What did I forget?
Cocoa powder.
Got that.
Coriander, cumin, paprika.
Cumin, paprika. Okay. Almost sounds like a Jamaican, jerk flavoring. So we'll see how it comes out here. We'll put that on a couple of them here.
Smells good.
So chicken thighs, obviously with the skin on them, it's a dark meat, so you're going to get a lot of grease, a lot of fat rendering out of it when you start cooking it. So you got to watch your flame ups. And like I said in my first couple streams, when you start getting the flame ups on an open pit like this, you know, don't use water, don't use spray guns, because when you hit the coals, the dust will fly up, coal dust will fly up and get on your food, and that's just not very tasty. So the best thing for me to do is I just move the meat around, get it away from the flames. Grease and fat will eventually burn off. You can slide your meat back over where it was. Typically takes about a half hour or so for these to cook all the way through. Good and done. I got fewer coals in here this time than last time, so it's not as hot. I still have a few hot spots that I got to contend with. There's one back in this corner you have to pay attention to. I typically buy boneless, skinless chicken thighs when I'm cooking out, barbecued, or if I'm going to make sandwiches out of them. But bone in, just to keep a little bit of moisture in there. With it being a dark meat, they're going to be moist as it is anyways. It's really hard to overcook a chicken thigh unless you damn near burn it. It's a dark meat, like I said. Dark meat just has a lot more moisture to it, a lot more fat in it. Those of you that like the chicken, the drums or the thighs off the turkey, know what I'm talking about. Nice moist meat. There. So try not to move your meat around too much at first. You might find out when you're even on your stove, when you're cooking in the pan, burgers or something, you go to turn it or move it, it's sticking. If you just kind of let that meat set for a little bit, it'll release itself when it's ready to be flipped or moved. But this one's getting a flare up, so I'm going to move it anyway. You can sit down there, you don't have to stand there all day.
Oh, staying warm. Plus I sit down all day, for the most part. Kinda cool.
So it's a nice fall day here. Cloudy skies, probably about 50-some degrees outside. Comfortable weather. Better than the last stream when it was, I think, upper 80s and very humid. Just regular asparagus I bought off the store. Ended up trimming the ends off of them. Typically the first inch or so on asparagus is a little harder and kind of woody tasting. So I just trimmed them down, took the ends off, got a nice thick slice of bacon. I didn't completely wrap them with bacon. Those will take about 10 or 15 minutes to cook. The pears, this type of pear is really soft. I don't remember the name of it. I just used a spoon just to kind of dig out the seeds, and then you just trim that little piece off, take the stem off. You start out by growing them, cut side down, flip them over. They don't take real long to cook. Kind of like the peaches I did on my first stream. Right here, it's nice. Stir it up. A lot of times you can see that extra flap of fat you get on the thigh. I usually cut those off. I forgot to do it this time.
You have a knife?
No. Which ones had your seasoning on? Should have kept them together. Typically you want to season your meat or whatever you're cooking up prior to cooking. Kind of let it set for 10 or 15 minutes. But he didn't tell me ahead of time he wanted me to do that this time, so.
Yeah, kind of middle.
Yeah, you dropped the ball, didn't you?
Yep.
Good job.
I did. I think it's that one right there, yep. I'll get this one too.
But they are together. That just would be good. You take some, cover them, put them in a bag, a little bit of olive oil, let them set up.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah. Good thinking, son. Way to prepare. Good job.
Chop the balls.
Yeah. Like you do when you're playing Apex
Anything.
or whatever the hell that is.
Oh, Destiny?
Destiny.
There it is.
And Madden.
Yeah, I might be grinding Madden here soon.
Butterfingers. It's coming along, neighbor. There's Gator. Chicken thighs, you're cooking them, you want to get them to about a 160, 165 internal temperature to make sure they're done. especially with that bone in there, because that bone is cold, so it's going to keep the center of the thigh colder longer. It'll take longer for the heat to penetrate in there and cook everything off.
Like a hot box.
Now, at least the wind isn't blowing like it was last time. It was literally blowing it all right on me. This is typical. Since we are into the fall season, for some of you out there who do some hunting and fishing, I do some hunting. I think I'm going to do a stream here soon about making summer sausage. I'll have it set up with my grinder and my stuffer, and I'll do a stream on making summer sausage. Hopefully I'm fortunate enough to have some venison to do it. I'll be out hunting here in a couple weeks. Hopefully I can at least get me a doe for some meat. We'll make up some summer sausage. Don't do a lot of jerky. Never done jerky. I like doing summer sausage with venison. Watch when you flip to the skin side, the skin will tend to crisp up on you a little bit quicker. Damn, if I could tell which ones are yours now.
Delana says, "What's up, Pops?"
Who?
Delana.
Hey, how's it going?
He said, "Looks amazing."
Hopefully it'll taste as good as it looks.
Yeah, I told him you built your whole grill.
Yeah, this whole pit is my design, my construction. Actually, I got the idea from a state fair. I was there a few years back, and they had this big, long, it's probably 20 feet long at least. And all this is a 2x4 rack off of a baker's rack setup that you can buy at any hardware store or store that sells shelving. This is just a stainless steel rack I took from work. So we're going to throw it away. It's all concrete block. And I built it up and basically just inset the next to last layer of blocks so my rack would sit on it. And then underneath here I got 2 pieces of plywood and about 4 or 5 inches of sand. That's what I cook on. That's going to be changed out hopefully next spring. I'm going to do away with the sand and everything. We go buy a big piece of stainless steel diamond cut grating to put my coals and everything on. The little metal shop down the road here, it's got that. You can order it. I don't like using them big grilling tools you buy in the grocery stores or hardware stores. Yeah, I got this. This came in a kit. That That's the only thing I use. Them big extra long tongs, big ass spatulas you buy. I just use my normal kitchen tools when I'm out here grilling. You don't need to spend that extra money on them unless you want to. It's up to you. You can kind of look and see here on the bone. Still see pink. So that's a good way to kind of keep an eye on the meat and how it's getting done. You can see it underneath there near that bone. Also, just by the feel, you know, if it's still real soft, then it's not done. Like I said, these are going to take about a half hour to cook. So, if you've ever seen this on TV, that guys will use their fingers. You know, you touch your finger to your thumb, just touch them, don't squeeze or apply pressure, just touch them. And then when you push on your thumb, right there, that's like a rare. And then you got a medium rare, medium, and then this as well. So as you touch them, that muscle gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And that's a good way to tell the doneness of the meat. That's why you see a lot of chefs poking the meat or steaks when they're cooking them, because they're seeing how firm the meat is, how done it is. Might actually be able to do some squirrel on my next stream. So let's go squirrel hunting next week. That'd be fun. I haven't grilled up a squirrel in a long time.
Yeah, I dropped the ball on that seasoning. Those probably would look a lot better had it been done right.
Yeah. Put it in the bag with some oil. Let it sit there for about a half hour. It's alright. Live when you learn. You can see the blood starting to come out of there around the bone. That means your temperature inside there around your bone is starting to warm up, pushing that blood out.
Blue Max 314 says you're making me hungry.
Good to hear, Blue Max. Thank you for that.
You can probably go over what you're grilling again, once you got new people coming in.
You think so, producer?
Yeah.
Alright. My son recommended I go over what I'm cooking again for the newcomers. So I'll take his advice since he's the producer today. Got some chicken thighs going, bone in, skin on. 4 of them have been coated with this magical mystery seasoning my son found on the internet. It's got a lot of stuff in it. I'm not going to go over, but it's got cocoa powder in it. That was interesting. And hot chocolate mix. So it's probably going to be like a Cajun, or I'm sorry, like a jerk seasoning. Then I've got some bacon wrapped asparagus I'm going to throw on here, and I'm going to grill up some pears. And when the pears are done, we'll drizzle some honey over those. And I've got some hoisin sauce to put on a few of these thighs when they're done too. A little different. It's like an Asian barbecue sauce. That's what it is. I didn't want to keep doing barbecue sauce on everything I cook, so And I'm out of balsamic vinegar, so my bad on that. That'd have been really good on the pears, coming off the grill and drizzle a little balsamic vinegar on those. Yeah, that'd have been real tasty. Or some hot macerated apples. Ooh,
That would have been good.
that'd have been delicious. Damn. Another show.
Ideas for the future.
I use a lot of lump charcoal. I'll use King's dirt every now and again, or that type of charcoal in my pit, but I use a lot of lump charcoal when I'm grilling out. And the thing with that is you never know the size of the chunks you're going to get in your bag. You might get big pieces, and you might get a whole bag of little pieces, just depending on when that bag got filled, when it came down the assembly line. So when you got your coals piled up and you got them started and they're hot and you spread them out, you got to watch, because the little pieces will tend to burn down obviously quicker than the larger pieces. So your grill might tend to cool down in areas where all those little pieces were if you didn't get a nice even layer of coals. That's why I like to keep feeling around. This end here has been kind of the cool spot. This back here was really hot. This wasn't too bad over here. Don't have any damn flies today either. That was
A little chilly out.
in the butt on the last one.
Oh, I see what he's talking about.
What's that?
You're good on this side, but on your Twitch stream, you lag. You catch it here and there.
That's probably just the connection, because that's just wireless. So. No, you said one of the cameras actually stopped.
These are all good, but you're just not loading on Twitch, so it's probably just the connection there. Alright, now we're back up.
You know, maybe I'll invest in Ethernet cable and wire it in. So
Oh yeah, I know you're lagging.
Yeah, that's internet.
Oh, there you go.
Nothing I can do about that right now. And I'll fix that for the next one.
You're good now. It's so weird doing this and watching it. It's like I'm in alternate reality, because like I'm up the time here, and then when I look here, it's
Behind?
yeah.
Yeah. Normally I'd have some music playing when I'm out here grilling, but since that's not allowed on Twitch, because of copyright, I guess.
Good old DMCA. You can Google. There's a list of songs that Twitch
Permitted?
is, yeah, like owning with or like partnered with or whatever.
Right, yeah.
That you can play. And then there's some people who just don't care and they still play whatever.
Well, I'm not that popular. I don't want to get in trouble yet.
Funny thing is, I think it's the smaller streamers that are doing it because they're getting overlooked.
Yeah. I guess they can't have a monitor for every stream. Probably more worried about the half-naked people than they are somebody cooking chicken on the grill.
They actually just got exposed. Some hacker hacked Twitch and leaked every streamer's financial like money. Basically, just threw everybody's bank accounts out there. Big leak. nice little workout in too. Get your 12-ounce curls in.
Now, I don't have any toothpicks or anything in these, so I'm hoping the way I've got them wrapped and setting on the grill that once the bacon cooks and tightens up, it'll, yeah, hold them together. If not, I'll taste the same. Backdoor mechanics working on his truck over there. Probably hear that grinding in the background.
What, that big black one that's lifted 30 feet off the air?
He's got different vehicles back there all the time. He built him a makeshift garage and put high back up as a roof. Yeah, so I don't know what he does back there, but sometimes he's out there at 2 or 3 in the morning, ding, 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 banging on stuff. Try to ignore it. Another thing with chicken too is with the skin on, the meat that's under the skin. Ooh, get your apron on fire. Seasoning you put on there, if you put on there right away or at the beginning and don't let it set for a little while, sometimes once you tear the skin off, you're not going to get that flavor under the skin. That's another reason why I like to do just boneless, skinless thighs, especially when I'm doing them on sandwich or something like that, because what you put on them is on the meat, it's not on the skin. So a lot of times when you take a bite or you take your fork or your knife and you cut into it, the skin comes off, all the seasoning's off, and there's nothing on the meat under the skin. Chicken doesn't really absorb flavor like most meats does, like fish. Chicken breasts, for instance, same way. Skinless breast, you put everything on the outside. Once you take a bite, the meat down inside doesn't really have that flavor anymore because all the seasoning's on the outside of the meat. Nice trick you can do with chicken, either thighs or breasts. You can throw them in a bag or in a container that's covered and let them soak overnight in some buttermilk. It's kind of like a brine. Tenderizes the meat. That buttermilk gets in there and breaks the meat down a little bit, makes it more tender, more juicy when you cook it. I haven't done that in a while. This leaves are getting darker.
Hey, Tiger 3838, we're cool, brother. We'll get our followers the right way.
What's Tiger want?
He came in here and said, do you want to be famous? Buy followers and viewers at bigfollowers.com.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Tiger. Go somewhere else. Appreciate your business. Yeah, I'm not here to do this to make money, to get popular. I'm just doing it as a hobby because I love cooking. I appreciate those of you that have followed me and continue to follow me. You know, if I get 10 people or 100 people, I'll be here either way. I'm not here to quit my full-time job that I've been at for almost 10 years. So just doing this for fun as a hobby. You know, if you keep coming back and watching me, I appreciate it. It's great. If not, you're not going to hurt my feelings. So. Things are going to start flaring up like a motherfucker. Yep, there it goes. I knew it. Stop it. I have no idea which ones I put your feet in.
Yeah, no, now you can't tell.
So I was gonna hit them again, but I don't know where the hell they are.
I'm sure that.
I know, I should have kept them separated, one side or the other. But
I'm gonna say the darker ones are probably
ability.
the ones.
No, I didn't do the little ones. Probably.
Blue Max asked if you're using that new camera.
New camera? No. Not using the new camera. That's for another. I've got another idea I want to try, but I love cooking in Dutch ovens. So I had a thought in my head to set up on my deck. I had 3 cameras set up. The new camera I just bought was to put over by my Dutch ovens, and I was going to use the 2 I currently own to do around the prep area. I'd actually do start to finish prepping, cooking. Right now I'm basically just coming out with a hot grill. Everything's ready to go and I just start cooking. I don't know how much interest there would be for you to see me stand in the kitchen cutting up the asparagus and wrapping the asparagus, but maybe people will be into that. So, but no, I do not have the new camera out today. It's still in the box down in my man cave. Along with the 256 thumb drive that I bought. That I don't really need. Oh, that bacon's coming undone. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but you can start seeing some clear juice start coming out of the chicken. That's usually a good indicator that it's getting just about done. Kind of the same way when you're cooking hamburgers, whether it be on the grill or in the house. When you start seeing those clear fluids start coming out of the meat, and it's not brown or red in any way, then that's a good indicator also that your burgers are about done.
It's asking how Blue Max is asking how hot is the fire?
How hot is the fire?
What would you guess?
Depending on where my hand is, this back corner here is probably running a good 325 to 375. I'm no expert, but that's, they say the less time you can hold your hand there, the hotter it is. So that's, I'm going to guess 350, 375. This front side here is a little cooler. This corner is cooler. Probably 350, 3 to 350. So that's the hot spot back there. And then since there's no cover, like a grill behind me, all the heat basically just going up. But when you're cooking with a grill, you have offset heat on one side or the other. Plus you got the rack on some of those grills, so you can meat. Like right now, if I was cooking on my grill, I'd probably move all my meat up to the top rack and keep the lid closed. Treat it like an oven. That heat would fill up in there, and watch your thermometer. Typically runs 350 to 375 is where I tend to keep it at. If you've got smaller cuts of meat like these, or even the burgers, you can always put them up on top of other meat. The heat come up through the meat will keep the bottoms warm. You can flip them over from time to time if you don't want them to get direct heat from your coals. And by putting them all together like this, tight, the heat that comes up will spread out underneath the meat and help cook it all evenly versus having them spread out and the heat going up between them. So if you put everything like your bigger pieces down closer together, as the heat comes up, it'll hit your meat and go out across the meat underneath and cook a little more evenly.
Blue Mass is saying, what kind of sides do you recommend with this?
Sides for chicken? Oh, you can do just about anything with chicken. I just try to do something different, so I'm not putting barbecue sauce on them. I got the asparagus and the pears, but your typical grilling food: chicken, baked beans, coleslaw. That's always a good meal. What else can you do? Got me in brain lock. Thank you very much, Blue Max. I appreciate that. Grilled corn. I love grilled corn. Keep the husk on it. I tend to take all of the silk off of it before I grill it best I can. I'll put it right on the grill with the husk and everything on it. Cook them for about 20 minutes or so. The husk will get nice and brown and toasty and actually almost start to flake off because it's so dry. And I'll pull the husk back and then grill the corn over the coals for another 10-15 minutes. That's a good side.
He says, what about your mac and cheese?
Well, it's kind of hard to put my mac and cheese on the grill, but I'll put my mac and cheese in my smoker. That's nice, tasty. Speaking of mac and cheese, I just made a batch of that the other day for my youngest's birthday because that's what he wanted. You can do mac and cheese, beans, coleslaw. That bacon is not cooperating with me.
Says Coors Light goes with anything.
Yes. Beer goes with anything. Just what I happen to have in my fridge today. Hello? Oh, Mr. Sticker. Those little damn barcodes they put on fruits and vegetables now, they work about half the time. Pain in the ass. Sit there. Then you end up flipping over and punching in the damn number manually.
No, you really can't though.
What's that? Oh no, I know. I think that one does. It looks like that one does. I think that one does. Let's see here. Hell, I don't know.
Blue Max says, nice grill marks.
I try. I tend not to worry about that too much. But it does make it a little more appealing sometimes.
Blue Max is asking, do you have a recommended sauce for the chicken?
Whatever you like. Comes the barbecue sauce. If I don't have any of my own made, I tend to lean towards Sweet Baby Ray's. It's just got a good all-around flavor. It doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, so it doesn't burn or caramelize a lot when you're cooking it on the grill. Like I said, I'm using hoisin sauce today. It's like an Asian barbecue sauce. I use that a lot when I'm cooking veggies on the stove in the pan. Drizzle some of that in, good flavor. Or plain. You know, if you do the buttermilk overnight soak, you wouldn't really need any sauce. Just throw some seasonings on it when it comes off the grill. You can also season after it comes off the grill too. If you want to, like a dry rub, you know, you could throw some seasonings back on it once it's cooked. Sometimes you have a bowl of your seasoning sitting there at the table or wherever you're eating at too. And once you tear that skin off, you can take a spoon and sprinkle some of that seasoning right over top of the meat. Balsamic vinegar would be good on chicken. Just about any sauce is really good on chicken. You really can't go wrong with chicken. I think that's why everybody likes to cook chicken and grill with it, because it's so versatile. That bacon's about done, so I don't want to overcook it. I'm going to cook my asparagus just a little bit more. This is my hot spot on my grill right now, so I tried putting the pears back there and add the bacon back there. Still can't tell which ones had those seasonings. Should have really kept them separate. Oh well. That one. That one. That one there.
Max says, how about grilling a turkey live stream for Turkey Day?
Ooh, that'd be fun, but I won't be here. I'll be in Michigan. Never grilled a turkey. You'd have to butterfly it though. I've done cooked like a fryer chicken or whole chicken and butterflied it, and I've cooked that on the grill before. That's fun. I could do a deep fry. I'm sure everybody and their brother does that, but at least I won't burn my house down in the process. Deep fried turkey is really good. If you've never done it, I recommend trying it cautiously, carefully. That's not a bad idea, doing a deep fry start to finish. Most deep fried turkeys take anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes, depending on how big the bird is. But they come out so moist and good. Done a lot of deep fried turkeys. Actually been on the local news a couple times doing deep fried turkeys. That was fun.
Blue Max says, hey Ref Rebel, what is your producer's handle?
I don't know. You've got so many damn handles. What is it?
I don't know. I don't even have a Snapchat anymore.
Oh, no Snapchat.
I don't even remember last time I was even on Facebook.
I don't own Facebook. Never will be on Facebook. My son is an aspiring gamer, has been for 10 years now.
10. Tried like 25.
Not since you came out of your mama's womb. You didn't come out with a joystick in your hand, son.
I could have.
Anyways. He plays a lot of, well, not so much COD anymore, but he used to be into COD till they screwed it up. What is that game you play now?
I play a lot of Destiny at the
Destiny
moment.
and
Madden.
Destiny and Madden.
Waiting for Halo to drop.
Yes, big Halo fans. I like Halo too. I'm waiting on the new Battlefield. I'm trying to get him into the Battlefield game.
I like the last one. I played the last one with you in Amp a lot. I think D a couple times as well.
There's too much strategy involved for Battlefield for him to play it though. That's it.
No, it's too much laying down on the dang grass.
There's too much strategy. You just can't run a gun in a hamster cage and shoot everything you see.
Or I get ran over by a damn tank or something.
What's wrong with the tank?
Gunned down by a freaking...
Snipers off of towers at 1,000 yards with a tank. That's fun.
See, I don't mind getting sniped from 1,000 yards away. What I don't like is getting sniped when a dude is...
That's the game,
You know...
That's the game. Don't hate it. It's because you're bad, boy.
This is true.
You're bad, bro.
I don't hate the game, I just hate the players. Good game. Hate the players. I can't play how I want to play because I get killed by dudes.
Run out and shoot everything.
Chilling in buildings and...
Kimbo style.
Me and Tony
Like on
Montana.
Container. What was that damn little
Shipment?
shipment? God damn that.
Oh, man.
Break a couple controls on that son of a bitch. God. What was the other COD map with the tower in the middle of the big thing that people climb up on to get on? It's out in the desert.
Oh, Rust?
Rust. Yeah.
Blue Max says, how about a Super Bowl live stream?
Super Bowl. What do you want me to do? Super Bowl. Stream the Super Bowl. I don't know. Depends on who's in the Super Bowl. I don't watch a lot of NFL, believe it or not. Not religiously. More into college sports. I like college football. Even though that one's starting to take a wrong turn now too. So speaking of college sports, I've mentioned this to my son a few times about this whole mess with the college football playoff system and the rankings and who's in and who's out. So, like everybody else that follows college football has a solution. My simple solution is you got 8 conferences, 16 teams in each conference, 2 divisions in each conference. Everybody plays each other in the conference every year. Every year you have 1 conference champion, you have 8 champions, they're your playoff. Boom. Simple as that. The only problem with that is I think they'd have to eliminate one, I think I figured out 1 or 2 teams that's technically in the FBS to make that work. So, but you know, Notre Dame's not affiliated with anybody anyway, so what makes a difference? They're already out. And I think it would be 100% wrong if they leave the Bearcats out of the playoff this year if they go undefeated. Might get in trouble for talking about college sports, but hey, what the hell?
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
I don't have their permission to discuss it. Here's a thought. Let's do this. Yeah. There's your sauce upgrade, Blue Max. And hoisin sauce on your grilled peaches. See how that tastes. good. Hopefully I'll be back on next week. I got a couple days off in a row next week, so see what I can come up with next week. That's going to be good right there. Here comes the Twitch police flying over because I talked about college football.
This is what I need the game on. This is nice right here.
Here, that's a 27. You're talking about a 20-inch. Yeah, see how nice
This
that
is 27?
That's a 27. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
That's what
Look
she
a
said.
lot smaller than that. Yeah, I hear that too often.
You were just going with this.
Well, because I was trying to think of like a 23, because that's what I normally play on, so I was like trying to take a couple inches off.
That one you got, I thought was a 20. The one you said on your little paper? Yeah?
I think that's a 22.
Oh, 22. Oh. 22. Oh, God, those peaches are delicious. Or pears. I keep saying peaches. I think we're about done, fellas.
Blue Max wants to know what your favorite music is.
Favorite what?
Music.
Oh.
Country.
Yeah, I'd probably have to lean toward country at first. I mean, I like all kinds of music, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't like that hardcore rap. Just not my style of music. I do like some what do you want to call it? R&B, light rap, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Old school hip hop.
Just not down to listening to rap music where every other word is the F-bomb.
Talking like old school Will Smith and.
Well, not even so much Will Smith. I mean, I like John Legend. Well, not that he's a rapper, but R&B, classic, bluegrass, country, classic rock, southern rock.
It says, tell a story about meeting Toby Keith.
Meeting? Oh my God. I don't know if I should. I might get in trouble for that one. Alright, quick version. Years ago, I worked in a nightclub for about 7 years. Toby Keith was doing a concert in town. Found out he was coming to the club after the show. Him and his entourage, we blocked off a whole section for his whole people. His road manager kept coming up the booth. I was DJing that night, and blah 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 played his new song. I think that was What About Me or whatever the hell it was hot at the time, where they were pushing. And come up and says, hey, you want to come meet Toby? I said, yeah, absolutely. I had somebody watch the booth for me, walk me up there, and Toby's standing up there. He's, I don't know, follow the freaking redwood tree because he's a big guy. And I'm sure he's nice and everything. Maybe he's just one of them moods after a show, whatever. But walked up there, and the road manager introduced me and reached out, shook his hands. Mr. Keith, pleasure to meet you. How you doing? He's like, hey, how you doing? Shook my hand and just walked away from me. There you go. Like I said, maybe he's a nice guy, maybe he just had a bad night just coming off the show, whatever. But that was my experience with Toby Keith. Charlie Daniels, on the other hand, is a really nice, was a super nice guy. Had him at the same club once. I sat in the back dressing room and talked to him for, God, half hour. Super nice guy. Super nice guy. Marty Stewart. Met Marty Stewart. Awesome dude. Came in to use our phone doing sound check. Road manager says, hey, he needs to make phone calls or a private place. I said, sure, up in the booth. I'm standing back where the door open. He goes and gets him. Marty Stewart comes walking down the back hallway. Got long johns on, cowboy boots, and a flannel shirt. Awesome. Just what I expected from Marty Stewart. Walks by me, says, how's it going, brother? I said, it's going good, Mr. Stewart. Goes up, makes his phone calls.
Will Max says, how do you like me now? LOL.
Gotcha. Ha ha ha. Alright. So, let's go. One of those. One of those. Ooh, look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
this camera froze.
Which one?
The
main one?
Yeah.
Figures. Oh, that's alright. I'm almost done. And we'll go on asparagus.
You just froze like this with your dogs in the air.
You can go over there to that feed and click the activate camera. It might refresh it. But anyways, is this camera still going?
Yeah, fine.
Alright, so we've got a pair. So let's flip that over. And this is the chicken with the hoisin sauce on it. And what I do is take my industrial size honey.
Yeah, his camera's frozen at the moment. I'm currently trying to fix it.
Don't worry about it, I'm about done. Get ready to stop stream. So there we go. That's how I would plate that up with asparagus, bacon wrapped. Got your chicken thigh with the hoisin sauce and honey drizzled grilled pear. I got it right that time. Yay! Okay. Well, there we go. Well, that's all I'm going to do for today. Thanks to those of you that joined the stream and watched me. Appreciate it. And like I said, hopefully if all goes well, I'll be on again next week. Don't know what I'm cooking yet, but I'll figure something out. So until next time, thanks for watching the pit and appreciate it. Quick stop stream. Other side. Over here. Stop stream.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Later.